to true reading comprehension, which historically it used to be. Even though the cutoff of VA section remained same for 113, it just came down to 112 and nothing else. Okay. Just a minute. What is happening? Okay. Yeah. Sorry. My bad. I don't know where this ad came from. Yeah. So where was I? Yeah. So on the VA section. Okay. So even though there was one reading comprehension extra, which ideally would have taken more time of the student in solving, reading and solving, the cutoff remained the same. What does that indicate? What does that mean? A lot of students were not very comfortable with the vocabulary based question, which IPMAT Indore used to do historically, and they used to lose mark in those phrasal verbs and vocabulary based question. Now, because there was reading comprehension, it became maybe not all 6 questions, maybe students were able to solve at least 2 or 3 questions, so would have balanced out the vocabulary and the that is what we can uh, guess, that is what we can analyze from the performance of the student in the mock test and in the actual exam. Okay, moving on, we look at the final selection now. Is it sufficient to clear the sectional cutoff for a PI call? Absolute a big no. It is absolutely not sufficient to just clear the sectional cutoff for the PI. Why it is not sufficient? It is sufficient to have to get a PI call, but it is not sufficient for the final selection, because the final selection is based on two parameters, ATS score and the personal interview. And ATS score, which is the aptitude test score, it is not the raw score. It is not the raw score. It is, there is a different formula which IIM Indore, they have a different formula for it. And I had made a video on what is ATS score and why it is important for getting an admission into IIM Indore. Here, I have shared the video link with everyone. You, after this session, maybe you can have it's a small 8-minute video. Just have and understand what is ATS score, and you will realize what I'm trying to say. That maybe if you simply clear the cutoff, you will get a PI call, but for the final selection, you will, your chances are almost negligible. Even in, there are very high chances, and we get the students every year, even the score of 220, let's say a student might have ATS score of X, but the student with 215 might have a ATS score of more than X. Absolutely possible, because the way ATS score is calculated is quite different. It is not the total absolute score. It is something different. It is, the weightages are given to 3 section, and there are a lot of calculation involved, and that's how it is calculated. Just have a look at what is ATS score. You'll understand that it is not important to so let's say if let me take example of two section. If the cutoff in English section is 100 mark, and in the con section, let's say it is 40 mark. If you score 100 and 100 in English and 40 in con, you will score 140, or ATS will be 0. But let's say if someone has scored 111 and have scored 41, the ATS would be significantly higher. It would be, it won't be just 2 mark plus, it would be significantly higher number. Okay, and that's what you need to understand, that not clearing the cutoff, if you just score the cutoff, your ATS for that particular section will be 0, which means you will have to score significantly more than the cutoff to have a better ATS score in that particular section. Okay, so you need to have this clear understanding about what is ATS score and why ATS score is so important. Now, moving on to the QA prep plan. If you look at the QA section, every year I have been analyzing this paper since 2019, when the IPMAT Indore have started releasing the question paper. Every year it is very much possible to just clear the cutoff by attempting all the easy question and maybe around 2 to 3 moderate level question. You'll always find a mix of easy, moderate and advanced difficult level of question in IPMAT Indore. Yes, they will test the moderate and the advanced level question will have the multiple concept application where you will have question where time, speed, distance and geometry is involved. There will be question where inequality and logarithm is there. So always there will be a mixture in AP and GP. There will be logarithm. There will be, they probably in logarithm there will be trigonometry. So multiple concepts they test you upon, but those are generally, in my observation, where there are two or three different chapters, different concepts coming together. Generally, except for 2024 one question, all other questions were straightforward and easy to solve. Question generally test the in-depth understanding of the questions, in-depth understanding of your concept, basically. Okay. Uh, so, for example, let me give an example here. Uh, there they will always ask you a question on simple interest and compound interest. IPMAT Indore always, and most of the time they will ask you from the very basic chapter, time, speed, and distance. Now, if you look at time, speed, and distance question, they won't be very straightforward. They will ask you very basic concept of average speed. You need to understand. You need to know what is the average speed. They'll ask you question on linear race. Linear race is nothing but as time, speed, distance. Okay, simple interest and compound interest. Basic simple interest, if you do it 3-4 times step by step, you will get the answer. Basic, but if you try to apply the formula, probably you will take a lot of time. Okay. Moving on. Then you need to develop an art. This is where this and the next part. Yeah, the next part. You need to understand and figure out what concept are used, because a lot of the time students don't figure out what concept are used. Okay, if there are multiple level question, it is very difficult for student to understand and figure out. And the most important thing, ABC strategy. I am sure by now everyone knows what is IMS ABC strategy. We have done it multiple times in the online webinar. It's there on the YouTube channel as well. I am sure you guys know what is IMS ABC strategy. It is abhi karo, baad mein karo, chhod do. And we have done a detailing of it, how to select the question based on whether they are type A, type B, or type C category. So this is one very important thing, art of leaving question. It's not about how many questions you attempt. It is always about how many questions you know that you are not going to solve and you're not going to waste time on that. It's all about that. All the aptitude exam which are difficult, it's all about how to leave you, whether you know whether to attempt this question or not to attempt this question. Okay. There will always be some questions, 30 to 40% of the questions which are lengthy, difficult, but anyways, you should not be solving them. They act as a speed breaker. They act as a speed breaker and you should not solve them. A lot of time, a student practice only MCQ question because they always have questions which are MCQ based, right? Need to ensure that you are practicing short answer question as well. You need to practice short answer question as well. Okay. So if you say, let's say, you are practicing only MCQ. What happens is most of the time you get used to familiarize with, I need to eliminate the option and I need to get it done. That's what it keeps on happening. But when the options are not there, even if you get the right answer and options are not there, you are always in a double mind. You need to check whether I've done it right or wrong. And I don't want you to waste that time probably while you are in the exam. And hence, practicing the short answer question before the exam is very important, as the key. Selective learning. You need to be smart enough to understand what you are good and what you are not good at. I am sure you attended the last session which I did last month on SEMTEST analysis, where we figure out how to do the SWOT analysis, figure out what you are good at, what you are not good at, and you need to ensure that you will select topics only that you are not good at least in the next 2-3 months. And then initially after the post-board examination, when you're closer to the exam, you should then start focusing on your strength areas. Calculated gamble in short answer section is must. It is a crime if you don't attempt all 15 questions in short answer section, because there is no negative. What if you attempt 6 questions, get all 6 correct? Okay, but 9, okay, those just don't mark random 9 questions. If it's a remainder question, remainder theorem, generally, I am saying generally, okay, sorry, you will observe that the remainder to the particular question is either 1 or it is 1 minus the divisor. So just check what, maybe that's the only two things that you should be typing them. Let's say if it is a question based on uh, percentages, okay, that when you look at the number, if you can figure out the numbers are good enough, just mark the number which are good percentages where the reciprocals are available. 1 by 10, that's 10%. 20 is 1 by 5, 25 is 1 by 4. So where the reciprocal, just try to mark that. Okay, if there's a PNC question, just try to figure out what are the options, numbers given. If the answer, all the numbers are multiple of 7, probably your answer will also be multiple of 7. So just try to have that calculated, maybe try to solve halfway and see if you're able to reach somewhere. Try to figure out what should be the kind of probably what should be the range of number. I'm not saying probably you will do all this thing only if you have exhausted all the question that and if you still have 5-7 minutes left for the question that you don't know, only then you should do this, right? Very important. Even if you're solving a practice exercise, there should be a time bound practice. There should be a time bound practice. Allot 20 minutes for 6 questions, 7 questions, and see if you're able to solve. And even while you're solving those 6 questions in 20 minutes, don't solve those questions in the particular order 1 to 6. You, in those 20 minutes also, you do the selection, which question you should be doing first. Your objective should be to maximize the marks in 20 minutes. Maybe if you have 15 minutes, 5 questions, 15 minutes. So depending upon, if you have 1 hour, take 40 questions, take 30 questions in 1 hour and see if you are able to maximize this. Depending upon how much time you have, take that mini question and try to maximize the score in that much time is very crucial. Now, the most important thing, I think you would have seen this multiple times in my sessions earlier as well. But again, to reiterate, and for everyone who is attending it for the first time, if you see the topic which is on the left side, now these are the topics which will most probably will help you to clear the cutoff. You'll always see questions on arithmetic, simple interest, profit and loss, SICI, ratio proportion, averages, mixtures, time split distance, time and work, numbers, linear and quadratic equation. You'll always find this question. Now, if you look at, there are 5 questions of data interpretation in MCQ section, which gives you 20 marks. Correct? And there are at least 5 to 7 more questions from the above mentioned topic. Let's say even you have 5 questions, so 40 marks, so it's there in your pocket. Even if you're thorough with every question type, easy, difficult, very difficult, of arithmetic, numbers, linear, quadratic, and DLR, cutoff is not going to be a big deal in MCQ and also in short answer in most of the cases. I'm saying most of the cases, not always. Okay. Now, if you want to boost your overall MCQ score and if you want to clear the short answer section, the topic which are there on the right side, which are, the one that you do generally in your 11th and 12th, coordinate geometry, trigonometry, matrices determinant, sequence series, functions, inequality graphs, modulus, logarithm, permutation, combination, probability, and binomial theorem are the topics which you should master. Immediately I have a question, so I generally don't take question, but since it is related, let me take it. Is it necessary to solve all this chapter? I would say that first, don't give up right now. We are right now in the month of November. We have enough time. So try to focus on every chapter. If not, try to solve the basic conceptual question from every chapter, because I know in logarithm 2 times back to back here they had asked a very, very basic and a simple question. It was using a simple rule of logarithm. The first definition of logarithm, log of a to the base m is n, so a is equal to m raised 2, and that was a concept which was supposed to use in logarithm. And if you know simply the basic rules and how to solve it, you can solve these questions in a jiffy. So having a knowledge of very basic and easy simple question is advisable. Okay. Now I'm not reading any chat. So once I read a chat, 6 chat automatically came. I'll address all your queries at the end, guys. Okay. Yeah. So moving on. What I said, do every topic, give your best. Second, if let's say 1 or 2 topics you are finding it very difficult, you should be able to solve that particular topic the basic level of question, you should be able to solve it. Otherwise, I would say that, at least 80% of the topic from here, you should be very comfortable with. Okay. If you want to have a very great high ATS score. Moving on to the prep plan for verbal ability. Now, verbal ability is no brainer. You need to solve everything. You need to practice everything because they will ask you reading comprehension. They'll ask you grammar, phrasal verb, idioms, fill in the blank, vocabulary, para jumble, para completion, and they ask you everything. They ask you everything. So there's nothing that you can skip. And also, generally, as you saw, the verbal cutoff is very high. And I haven't come across a student who have attempted less than 35 questions in a verbal ability section. Generally, students tend to attend, in the range of 37 to 40. 37 to 41 is a range which is the I would say majority of the bell curve will peak in that range 37 to 41 attempt. There are students who attempt 45 also, and genuine 45 student, because there are students who score 165, 170, 175 in the verbal ability also, right? And at the same time, if this, in the lower range of 34 and 35 question, probably you will find 5 to 10% of good student attempting those questions. I mean, there are students may attempt 25 questions also, but I'm saying, talking about good student attempting only 35, that is 140 marks, and clearing the cutoff, scoring around 118 to 120 odd marks. That's 5 to 10% of the students would be attempting that many number of questions. Verbal is always a game changer. If you look at the ATS video, you will figure out that higher the verbal score helps you to have the higher ATS marks, and hence your verbal score need to be as high as possible. It is obviously, that's why we have written, it is high scoring, and it is a test of speed. Quant, you need patience, you have ample of time. But verbal, it has to, you have to start attempting question from the minute you start the paper. You can't relax. 45 questions to be attempted in just 40 minutes. So speed and accuracy, right? Now, if we talk about the overall prep plan, you need to focus on the area which are more relevant from the exam point of view. For example, if I talk about logical reasoning, it is hardly tested in IPMAT Indore. So if you are aiming at Indore, maybe that is something that you should not be focusing a lot on. A poetry type question which are tested in symbiosis and in CUET, you should not be touching while you're preparing for IPMAT Indore. Okay, so the question, the area, and maybe topic, let's say binomial theorem. In last 2019 till 2025, there was only once they had tested question on binomial theorem. Maybe if you are not well versed with binomial theorems, keep that binomial theorem, maybe keep for the end. Solve the area which are more relevant. So for example, if I go here again, coordinate geometry, trigonometry, sequence and series, functions, graph, logarithm, permutation, probability are the 6 topics which are always tested. From the 6 topics, you can easily assume to have around 15 plus questions from the 6 topics out of both the 45, both the section 45 questions put together. Okay. Practice advanced level concept which is tested in IPMAT Indore, that I am sure all those who are attending are using a purple color book. After every 2 or 3 chapters, there are IPMAT Indore level chapters which are interspaced. So you need to solve them. There is a class exercise, there is a practice exercise. For all the class and practice exercise, we also have a video solution. In case you are not able to solve those difficult questions, you can refer to the video solution and get your doubts cleared by yourself. Take IMS Sim IPMAT Indore test. Last month we conducted the proctored one. We already have the 4 take-home paper available. In this month, there is going to be another IPMAT Indore proctored examination. Take that. And the most important thing, you need to analyze it. If you are not able to analyze it thoroughly, it is, a problem. If you are not able to analyze, trust me, there are 20 Sim IPMAT Indore mocks. If you write 15, but you analyze 15, that's the game. There is no point in writing 20 and not analyzing more than 5. Okay, and how to effectively analyze, I have done a session last month after the Sim IPMAT Indore exam. If you haven't If you didn't attend it, and if you have not watched the video on YouTube, here is that video, how to analyze SIM IPMAT Indore. I have just shared the relevant links on the chat window. So after the session, maybe you can watch this video as well. Okay. Uh, Focused on weak area to maximize your score. A lot of time what student does is they only focus on what they know and they run away from what they don't know. As I said earlier, November, December, January is a time where you should have, you should be sitting down, maybe take 1 week and solve every possible question that can be tested from that particular topic where you are weak at. Let's say you start with functions and inequality, function inequality graph. This 1 week you are doing maths, you are doing every subject, but in maths you will be doing only and only function inequality graph. Every day 2 hours, 10 to 12 hours of function inequality graph. Trust me, you would cover everything that can be tested in the examination. Similarly, and I'm sure there won't be more than 5, 6 topics which you are weak at. So probably 5 to 6 weeks, 1.5 months, maximum 2 months, and I think you should be thorough with those weak topics. So this is the time that you should work on weak topic, not only in maths, not only in con, but also in verbal ability. If you feel that your reading comprehension is a problem, then start reading every day 2 or 3 articles from various websites, which is Aeon or it is AEON or New York Times or maybe New York Times or maybe Indian Express editorials. Start reading good articles from various blogs, and you can improve your not only reading skills, reading speed, but also the understanding skill. It's not important to read the entire passage in 3 minutes and you are not able to remember what you have read. So you also need to understand, improve your reading speed. If your speed is not great, if your understanding skill is not great, next 2 months work on your reading skills and understanding skills. If you feel that you are not good at vocabulary, phrasal verbs, idioms, we have a list vocabulary book. I know it is very exhaustive, but then there is no shortcut to vocabulary. Okay, that book also has phrasal verbs, the idioms. Okay, idiom and phrasal verb is being tested in various mocks. It's there in part of our courseware also. Phrasal verb is an endless thing. It's a usage. So you need to ensure that you are dealing with the topics that you are not good at in the next 2 to 3 months, November, December, and January. Solve past year IPMAT. The last 3 year IPMAT Indore paper is must to be solved. Not right now. When you are thoroughly prepared in the month of April, last 15 days, you should be solving those 3 IPMAT paper. Not right now. Don't waste paper because those are the actual paper. You will get a confidence if you score good mark in that paper. Okay. Now the prep plan for the test strategy. We discussed already for QA section, the only strategy that is going to work in the IPMAT Indore is ABC strategy. Now this ABC strategy will not effectively work in any other exam because all other exam are speed based. IPMAT Indore is not a speed based. You have ample of time to solve and get the cutoff cleared. Okay. Speed versus accuracy, you need to have a quite balance. When I say that your accuracy should be good, does not mean that you attempt out of 90 question, you attempt 20 question and get all 20 correct. That is foolish. I'm sure you are mature enough to understand what I'm trying to say. VA section is a game changer. Very, very important. A ballpark figure. Lot of students keep on asking this question. You need to attempt around 50 to 70% of the question in a QA section, which means out of 30, around 15 question is must. So you can clear the cutoff even by attempting what? 8 questions, because 8 4s are 32. But we talk about exam, maybe you can go 1 or 2 questions wrong. We talking about the ATS score where your score needs to be as high as possible. So around 15 to 17 questions in MCQ should be your target. In short answer, around 7 to 8, 7 to 9, 7 to 10 odd questions should be your target. Because if you attempt 7 question and if you go 2 wrong, you are at 20 marks. Right? So you don't want that uncertainty where you have made one silly mistake and you have got wrong. So you need to ensure that you are attempting around 8 to 10 questions in short answer and around 15 to 17 at least in MCQ. I'm again saying you can still attempt lesser. So don't give up your hope that I'm not able to score 15 to 17 right now. I'm talking about the exam day. Your objective should be to go from maybe your 10, 12 to 15, 17 in 6 months. That is what you need to plan for. Okay. Around 85 to 90% of the question in verbal ability section. So if I talk about 90% out of 45, probably we are talking about what 40 odd questions, and 85 would be around 36, 37. That's what I said in initially. 38 to 41 is a ballpark figure where majority of the students who score good marks in English attempt that many number of questions. Okay. Solve at least 10 to 15 IPMAT Indore, though we provide 20 IPMAT Indore, and we want you to solve all 20 IPMAT Indore mock test, but with proper analysis. And hence, I have given a slightly lesser number so that you don't just chase writing the IPMAT Indore mock and focused on analyzing and improvising on your mistakes. Very, very important. Just don't stick to one strategy. If I have told you one strategy, if you tried that strategy for 2 months and if it's not working, try something else. Keep on trying something else till the time you don't find the strategy that is working for you. Okay. There are various strategies to attempt the paper. We will do that, how to attempt. Once I did a small bit of it when I did the analysis session of the last IPMAT Indore. This time we will deep dive into, how you could have attempted the same IPMAT Indore after that exam gets over. I think I have told 4 to 5 times till now that analysis is going to be the key. You have to analyze it, and that's the most important thing. Now, I am sure a lot of you want to understand this month-wise. Nothing great, but no brainer in this, no brainer actually. Okay, it's just what I've said. Uh, every day 1.5 to 3 hours, November, December. I am sure you guys will have free boards and tuition exams and various things. But guys, you need to understand. You know, sorry for someone. I am going to say Bollywood dialogue. कुछ खोने के लिए कुछ पाना पड़ता है. So to earn something, you need to let go of something. Let go of your probably socializing time, your screen time maybe. Okay. So you need to figure out how can you spend 1.5 to 3 hours depending upon your comfortness in the preparation stage. Okay, that's bare minimum I'm talking about. More the barrier. This is the bare minimum I'm talking about. By December, I would expect you should be thorough with all the topics. Obviously, someone who have joined recently, 2 months, 3 months back, probably maybe December may not be the ideal time, but then for majority of the students I know who have joined IMS last year, maybe in the month of this year, Jan, Feb, March, April, May, I'm sure your syllabus would be on the verge of getting completed or will get completed by November, December. Ensure that this is, you're thorough with all. Concept clarity should be there. Okay. Maybe for a few topics, application is still pending, but that can be tackled. One mock per month is mandatory. Okay, that's why we have released take-home mock in the month of May itself, so that all those students who joined last year can start writing mock. So November there is proctored, December there is proctored, January there will be take-home, though there will be a lot of take-home papers as well. So you need to ensure that one mock you're writing at least per month. Jan to Feb, maybe not the entire Feb, by first, second week of Feb, depending upon when your boards are starting. Everyone is a different board. At least, read or solve IPMAT Indore curriculum for 1 hour a day. I don't want you to forget concepts, and when you come back in the month of March, it's everything, you have forgotten. Okay. I don't want you to leave in that what do you say, a hunky-dory world where everything you find it's good, where even after you return after 2 months you will remember everything. That doesn't happen. You will probably spend 15 days, 2 to 3 weeks in the month of March, April, whenever you come back, to again get used to solving IPMAT Indore. And hence the reason, maybe if not 1 hour, even if you're able to solve 30 minutes, give 30 minutes. Whatever you can spend, do that. Okay. Post board, very important. 2 to 3 marks per week लिखना 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 जरूरी है. It's mandatory. Okay, so if this time you only have 5 weeks before your IPMAT exam, we are talking about around 12 to 13 marks, like 10 to 15 marks, 2 to 3 every day, 10 to 15 marks. So if you have solved around 5 to 6 marks right now, 10 to 15 marks after the board exam, I think you should be able to ace it. Okay. Very, very crucial. Don't miss attending the master class and the last mile session. Students have given wonderful feedback in last 3 years about the masterclass question that we have collected, and made the books that we have made on masterclass, last minute revision book. And don't forget to solve masterclass book and attend live last mile session basically. Okay, that's it from my end. I think all the best to everyone. Now let me take the questions. Oh, great. I am reading the chat. I am not reading Q&A. Okay, my bad. Sorry. I am reading Q&A and not reading the chat. So please type your question in the Q&A so that I can keep on marking, once I'm done. Yeah. Sir, why MCQ has low cutoff despite being 120 marks? Very good question. Very good question. Why MCQ has low cutoff? The reason is simple. It is, problem of plenty. Now, if you look at MCQ section of last year, and I have asked my last 2 year student also after the paper was out, they were so shocked that they did not attempt 3 4 questions that they already knew. When you have 30 questions and 40 minutes, a lot of time what happens is students don't even read more than 20 22 questions. Don't read more than 20 22 questions, and you miss out on the easy question. Also, because when you have 15 questions, you have ample of time to solve one question. Even if you solve in 3 minutes, you will solve and move it. But when MCQ, you want to solve more, you will try for 1 minute, 1.5 minutes. You're not able to get it, you will move on. So that's a problem of plenty. When I give you so many things, it's become difficult for you to choose the right one. Okay. Next question. Can I prepare just for 2 months, but consistently can I crack the exam? So, Dak, it is very much possible. Last year, we have, in 2024, we had 3 students who joined the crash course, 4 students who joined the crash course batch and converted IPMAT Indore. 2025, we had 7 students who had, out of 40 students that we had, 7 students were crash course students, and they were able to crack the IPMAT. So absolutely possible, but that will depend upon your aptitude level and how much effort you are able to put in. I am again telling you, not only on the effort, it will depend upon your aptitude level also. Okay, that's the very honest answer I can give you, Doug. How do I prepare for IPMAT while preparing for Ford? So one more session we are going to do in the month of November. How to balance your IPMAT indoor preparation with the board examination. It will be, a lot of time. I mean, I will not be able to answer that entire half an hour session in next 1 or 2 3 minutes. Okay. I don't have maths in class 12. So, which means if you don't have maths in class 12, it means that you need to ensure that just a minute. Yeah. Yeah. So, क्या हो गया? अरे, yeah. I don't have math in class 12. So you need to ensure that you will have to spend more time as compared to the students who have maths in class 12, because they know a lot of topics and a lot of questions, and they probably will have to simply apply them. You will have to learn them from the basic, so it might take more time. I'm not saying it's not possible. So last year, I had a student who joined a crash course batch. I forgot the name. She was also Lakshmi Lahoti. Yeah, she was a non-match student, and she was all India ranked some in top 20. If I'm not wrong, she was all India rank 11 or all India rank 7. I'm not too sure, but she was in top 15. Forget about, she was in top 15. A non-match student joined a crash course batch and was able to get all India rank in top 15. So that's very much possible with the dedication and the aptitude that you have. But in mock test, majority of the questions are from modern maths. So that's what I said just now, beta. Functions, I gave 6 topics. All of them are modern maths. Around 15 questions out of 45. One third of the paper is modern maths. Maybe more. I said at least 15 questions. You will find more questions on modern maths. That's how IPMAT Indore exam are designed. If you look at it, arithmetic numbers and everything, you will have questions. I said 5 BI question in MCQ. You will find 3 to 6 questions on arithmetic numbers and quadratic in every IPMAT Indore mock also. Okay, you will always find it. There will always be there. But because the number is only 5, when there are 25 quant question, you always feel that there are less number of questions. But if you do the analysis, you figure out, do the section-wise analysis on our portal is there. If you look at the area-wise breakup, how many from arithmetic, how many numbers, how many algebra, geometry, and modern maths, you will realize that there were arithmetic and number questions, but probably those were, you were not able to tackle them carefully. Guys, I am still seeing the questions in the chat. I am answering from the Q&A. Please type and don't retype it everything. Okay, have patience. There are 58 unread Q&A. Okay, so I'll do it one by one. Sir, will MCQ be more difficult or short answer question, or both of them would be? See, trust me, guys, both are equal. Is, as I said, MCQ the problem of plenty, and hence students generally panic in the MCQ section. Otherwise, if you look at the past paper, you will realize that there's not major difference in the short answer or MCQ section. Okay. Sir, is the Economic Times okay to read? I don't suggest Ankush Economic Times because that's a finance paper. You'll always come across a passage which are finance and economic related. Okay, rather you should read something in literature, ancient history, Black American history, Latin history, philosophy, geography, mythology, because these are the types of passages that you generally see in IPMAT. Or you don't see finance passage. Okay, finance heavy and economics time is analysis, analytics. So that's not going to help you to improve your understanding and reading skill for IPMAT Indore especially. Which topics to look out for? I am Bangalore. Okay, so I am Bangalore. Uh, if you are writing the mocks, you will figure out that uh, we have tried to ensure that most of the topics are covered in the first 2 mock. Now, in the upcoming mock, you will realize that we have added a lot of weightage to modern maths and algebra, modern maths, coordinate trigo, because we expect that topics will be in more, because maths is mandatory. First reason. Second, the data science and the minors for economic, which is data science, will also require a good amount of math aptitude. Also, they've mentioned NCRT class 10th, 11th, 12th maths book. Okay, we have also emailed them that will they test calculus, core maths, or applied maths, and the reply that we have got from them before you ask me is that everything will be updated on the website in the 3rd week of November. So don't ask me whether applied maths or core maths. Even you guys, we guys know whatever you know. So there's no new information that we have. The moment we get to know, we'll update you. How much modern maths is important, Aishwarya? Very much important. Very, very much important from IPMAT Indore, JIPMAT, IIM Rohtak, Cozy Code point of view. Very much important. The prep plan for those with no board. Okay. So if you are a dropper or if you're a repeater, then you will have there is no escape to study for 1.5 3 hours. Probably you should be spending around 6 to 7 hours. Don't overdo also, so that you get burnout before the exam. Maybe 5 to 7 hours is more than sufficient. For students who do not have board or do a dropper repeater, you will also get a study plan for the next 3 months. And then in the month of January, we will do another session for another 3 months. Okay. Can you elaborate what are these master classes sessions are? So the master classes sessions are the last mile sessions, which we develop every year based on our expertise. What are the question type which are expected in this year exams? Over the last 2 3 year analysis, and that's we do. So basically, there are a total of 31 master classes sessions, 10 master classes for IPMAT Indore, and 23 uh 9 for IPMAT Indore, and 22 master classes for Rohtak, JIPMAT, Cozy Code, and NPAD, and all other exams. But that does not mean that from this 22 you'll not get anything from an IPMAT Indore, because IIM Kozhikode exam is also slightly difficult, and IPMAT Indore also have a moderate level question which are tested in JIPMAT, Rohtak, NPAT, and IPMAT, and IIM Kozhikode. So masterclass is a last minute revision, a power pack session that will take you through all the concept that you have done. Since I'm a dropper and already done basics once, how can I modify the 6 month plan to focus more on high weightage and weak areas rather than revising everything again? Okay. Uh, just a minute. I'm just typing you something. So whoever is anonymous, just follow the message that I've shared. I think we will be able to deal together. Okay. So also please tell some strategy for IMB as few days are left. Devyanshi, see, in my understanding, you should be attempting English and logical reasoning first. There are 30 questions. Ensure that you attempt all 30 questions, get 25, 26 correct. Maybe those 30 questions you will spend 60 minutes, maybe 70 minutes, not more than that. Now you have 50 minutes to solve 30 questions. In those 50 minutes, I think you should be able to easily solve around 20 odd questions. If you're preparing for IPMAT and not 20, 22 questions should not be a difficult task. Okay. The method used by M. Rohtak, Jammu, and the method use. I'm not Arnav, I'm not sure what did you ask. Method use as in any sectional mocks available right now. The sectional mocks will be available. I think we have made it available. Just let me know, guys. The sectional mocks are available to right now. I think it should be available. Otherwise, we'll make it available by in this month itself. Okay, Anubhav, just let me know. What about the plan for IIM Bangalore? Will conduct another session for that. See, beta, IIM Bangalore. First, we don't know what is the paper pattern. Second, we don't know whether they'll ask core maths or applied maths, because lot of news, lot of rumors going around. According to me, they should not be asking. Uh, and third, uh, most of the students are attending either offline or online classes on a weekly basis. Plus, their schools. Plus, there are tuitions. And if I add few a workshop for IIM Bangalore, it will be too much for, we have thought it multiple times, and we said that we should not be doing it. Very simple reason, because anyway students are attending the classes on a weekly basis, and all those students who are preparing for IIM Bangalore, there are 5 marks. I think solving those 5 marks should be more than sufficient. In case if we get to know that the the core maths topics will be tested in IIM Bangalore, we will definitely do something, some workshop, something to tackle those questions. Okay, but not as of now. How much time should I invest as I think I answered this question. Daily basis around 5 to 7 hours is something that you can definitely look at. Don't overdo so much, otherwise you will burn out yourself. Okay. What is the relevant source for doing idioms as it is not available in the vocab builder books? Okay, so Pranav, for idioms. Okay. Allow me, Pranav, just a minute. Okay, I'll just again. Uh, we have something. Okay, so let me make that available on the student portal. Okay, I'll make that available, Pranav. Okay, I think there should be something. I'll just let everyone know by tomorrow. Could you also talk about? I think I talked about. I am Bangalore. Yeah. How to increase VA accuracy. I think we discussed this. It can be only increased. See, accuracy for VA or QA, it can be only increased by practicing. Now, one thing I would like to tell you, that if you are always able to eliminate two options and not able to figure out what is right or wrong in the other two options, then in that case, if it's the reading comprehension, then in that case, your understanding of the passage and the option is not to the best of the level. You have not understood the option and the passage carefully, properly. If there is a problem with grammar, vocabulary, it is just lack of conceptual clarity for grammar and for parajumble, because parajumble generally you get to find the links and everything. So you need to understand what are different tricks to identify the links, and how can you do it. The next question I have is, I could not find video solution available practice class. No, Viksha, the practice class video solution are there in the portal itself. After this session, once the queries are over, I'll show you where. So in the prepare, there is module. When you go to modules, for every section, for every 5 modules, then there are section QA, LRDI, and verbal. When you click on QA, you will find practice exercises. For practice exercise question at the below, there is text and video solution also. Yes, Anya, you will get the video, you will get the recording of this session. It will be uploaded in the student portal in 48 hours. I scored 65 in 12. Even if I scored good ATS, absolutely possible. I know a student with 69 marks in 12 had converted IIM Indore in 2021. So that's possible. Kamya, it's vocab you have to learn, you have to master it. Maybe if you can go through one book, which is Word Power Made Easy by Norman Lewis, that will that teaches vocabulary from the root word, suffix, prefix, and everything. That helps a lot in eliminating the options and everything. Just read that book, but it is this heavy, this thick. But it is very beautiful book. Okay, very beautiful book. I suggest everyone should read that. What to do if I only got 60 marks in last mock? Am I eligible to get 200 from now? Jeet, I said sometime back that student who joined the crash course, even they get into IIM Indore. So you have already given the test 7 months before the exam, 5 months before the student who would join the crash course batch. So I think that's possible. You need to figure out your aptitude level and how you need to pace your preparation to reach from 60 to 200. But it is possible in short. Uh, Jwalit, sectional cutoff in IIM Bangalore, I, it's very difficult question, but in my understanding of last so many years of MBA coaching and UG coaching, I have realized that wherever there is sectional time limit for CAT, all three sections have CAT. For MBA, NMAT, there is sectional time limit. For IIM Indore, there is sectional time limit. Only when there is sectional time limit, there is a sectional cutoff. Otherwise, I haven't come across a paper where there is no sectional time limit and still there's a sectional cutoff. So hopefully IIM Bangalore will also not keep sectional cutoff. What should be the strategy to build vocabulary and actually remember the word? I just now said Norman Lewis, Word Power Made Easy, I think. And see, when you read vocabulary Monday to Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you revise all the vocabulary that you did in the last 1 week. Then next week, Monday to Friday, you do it again. Saturday, Sunday, do 2 week revision. Then third week, 3 week revision. Then fourth week, last 2 week revision. Last 3 week revision. Keep on doing that. Okay. How to cope up with modern maths? Aryan, I mean, cope up as in you have to learn the concepts and keep on solving. There's no other shortcut to it. What should be the strategy for tackling vocabs and idioms? I answered this. If I don't have maths, then what should we prepare? And you should have to prepare maths. I mean, there's no option. I'm a dropper this year who is preparing for IPMAT, but I'm also enrolled for ITMBS degree on the side. I am finding it hard to adjust both my preparation and degree, and IIT Madras. Sorry, my bad. I'm finding it difficult to adjust both my preparation and degree, and I also don't find the degree to be as interesting as I thought. I'm currently in the second term of the foundation level and barely know anything about my course. I just solved the graded assignment. Coming back, CGPA 6.5. Now I don't know even to continue in the degree or not. I don't know. I mean, see, I don't think. See, if you feel that it is not something valuable and not enjoying, then don't drag a lot yourself, beta. Yeah. Sir, my VA section is very weak. How can I better? I think I answered this question. Which type of question to solve first in the English section? You should solve all the. See, first you should try to solve reading comprehension. Because if you keep reading comprehension at the end, and if you have 3 minutes, so whether you'll read RC or how do you solve questions? So try to solve at least 2 reading comprehension questions. Go to single questions. Maybe in last 10 minutes, again come back to reading comprehension question and then solve the remaining single question. Or let's say if your RC accuracy is very good, maybe try to attempt all the three RC in first 20 minutes and then see where does it lands you. Okay. What about those without no board? I will, I think I answered this. How can you please switch back to the monthly prep plan? Okay, I'll just share the monthly prep plan. Just allow me a moment. Prep plan. Yeah, this is the monthly prep plan. Yeah. Okay. Marks for 12th. Marks for 12th aim as high as possible. If you score 90 plus, then no one going to tell you anything. So I mean, there is no aim as such, but minimum 80 plus to ho jana chahiye. Is there negative marking in short answer? No. Please share the video which talks about ABC strategy. Okay, just allow me a moment. ABC strategy. How do I give it? I have it on my mobile. Just a minute. Okay. Again, the meanwhile, I'll just take it from my uh, workplace and try to figure out. I'll just allow me 5 minutes. I am opening the uh, page where I have that all the videos saved. Just a moment. Now let me go to the next questions. Yeah, okay, I have that video. Okay, I'm sending the video for ABC strategy in the chat, everyone. This is for ABC strategy. Okay. Uh, moving next. What to do if I only got 60 marks? I think guys don't keep on typing the same question. Have patience. How to prepare vocabulary? Again, repeated questions. What is the ideal score in today's Christ mob? Around 75 to 80 is the ideal score. My concepts are clear, but I can't answer QA questions correctly. So my concepts are clear, but I can't answer QA question correctly. Are you solving benchmarking test? See, it happens that when you are solving in a book, you don't have a time pressure and you are easily able to solve it. But when you solve in a test, you generally tend to fumble. So try to solve more and more benchmarking tests to get used to it. Can you please tell important topics? Christ University. I've joined August. I think we discussed this. How to manage. I'm new here. Is the crash course an online one? Crash course is offline as well as online. I did not have maths in class 11. IMB require 11. Yeah, you are not eligible for class IMB if you have not taken maths. I'm a science student, so it's more difficult to manage IPMAT and board exam. But then, if you are a science student, Varshita, you should be finding it slightly relaxed for preparing your math because you will have an age over commerce student. So you will save the time there. Maybe, I think with whatever practice that you can, I think should not be an issue. Okay. You focus on English if that's an issue. I don't think math, if you're a PCM student, physics, chemistry, math, I don't think math would be a problem for you. Is math necessary in 11? Yes. I have completed all four modules from my side, even though at center IPM exercise of one module. What should I do for the next 2 months? So see, you can start solving the IPMAT module from on your own. If you have time, then probably solve the class exercise on your own. Watch the video solution parallelly. Don't simply watch the video solution before you have attempted it, okay? And then solve the practice exercise question from the book and watch the video solution. And then there is a benchmarking test. So you can do it parallelly, okay? Benchmarking, see, class exercise, practice exercise, and benchmarking test. These three are sufficient to clear all the concepts. Word power made easy and vocab builder enough. That is more than sufficient, Isha. How many idioms we have to study in phrasal verb? There's no question answer to how many. Okay, there are n number of them. If you go through it and if you're able to remember it, the nearby meaning and try to estimate whether you have done it right or wrong, I think should be calculus related question. We have asked Krishna whether they will be testing core maths or not. We have got the update that everything will be updated by third week of November. I'm giving CLAT as well, so I am doing just mocks for that. Is that good enough? Yeah, just focus on CLAT first, and once your CLAT is over, you can then start focusing on the section that you are weak in IPMAT Indore. Can you tell the level of questions asked by IPMAT Indore for different modules, like moderate level for arithmetic? See, there is no level for every. So, for example, from modern maths also, you will find some easy question, and in arithmetic, you will come across very difficult question. So nothing as such that arithmetic is the number is the modern math is difficult. Nothing as such. From every module, every year from modern math, there are 2-3 questions which are very easy doable, and there is an arithmetic question and some odd year which is very difficult. Ideally, should not have been solved in exam from arithmetic and number. How should we practice for PI? Dia, right now your focus should be on clearing the aptitude exam, because if you spend that time of preparing PI, and if you short by few marks for in cutoff, you will regret. PI can be prepared. You will have 3-4 weeks, 2-3 weeks time for the interview. So we will prepare you thoroughly, in the later stage. So don't worry about that. This that mixture of 2-3 topics in one question. Sometimes there are two topics mixed. Yes, not sometimes. In fact, every year we come across some question where there are two topics are mixed. So now the most of the questions are repetitive. I asked question 20 times. I don't know which question you asked 20 times. It's better you would have typed that question. I'm just reading one by one question and deleting the question that I'm answering. So there are 150 open messages. So have some patience, guys. But most of them are repetitive. What was the cutoff for IIM Ranchi? So I've just shared the grad school zone link. If you simply go through grad school zone, you will find the IIM Ranchi cutoff for the last 3 years, last 3-4 years. And not only IIM Ranchi, you will find the all the colleges IIM, NMIM has every cutoff. Any other college will introduce, or IIMs. Lucknow and Ahmedabad are in news. We don't know if any other college or IIM, but there are some news that Lucknow, Ahmedabad may start. What is a good score out of 120? So the cutoffs are mentioned here. Okay, for all the mock, the cutoffs are mentioned. So for the first mock, I think the cutoff is around 91, 92 marks in IIM Indore, in IIM Bangalore. I think he scored 120. It's a good score. See, now who is this? I don't know, stupid fellow. I've asked this question. Now I'm not able. Just kept on typing the question, and I'm not going to answer that question. You need to understand and to maintain the decorum of the chat window. Okay, you're not in a kindergarten, guys. Okay, I have been telling that you type your question once so that I'll read all the question. I'm answering all your questions from last 35 minutes. So have some patience and maintain that decorum. Now I'm not going to answer this particular question today at least. I did not have maths in class 11th, but IMB require maths. Yes, so I have answered this. PI answered. Any other college answered? How to improve answered. How to handle pressure while giving any exam. Many times the questions are easy, but in exam. So okay, so this is a very common problem with most of the students. More the test that you keep on writing, you will get used to writing the mock exam, and slowly and gradually, you will get. See, it's all about getting used to and habituated. Once you get used to hang of the exam environment, then that problem, the problem that you're facing right now, you will not face it. This is a problem that most of the students face it, and they this is the only way to handle it. How many marks out of 480 to pass? Wow, Ishika. I think we discussed in the beginning that nothing pass, fail. I think you have joined very late. There's no passing marks in IIM Indore. Can I complete two modules before December along with board study? Absolutely, it's possible to complete two modules in November and December. For quant section, is it sufficient for solving all the class and practice exercise again and again? At least two or three times you should solve or revise it so that you are used to get this type of question. This is how it is supposed to be solved. What score in mock test are good indication that I am well prepared for exams? If you are clearing the cutoff, and in some section, if you're able to surpass the cutoff by a few margin of 15-20 marks, I think then it seems that you are good prepared. I'm an A-level student. I have completed A-level in 2025 October, November session. Do I have to study NCERT maths for I am Bangalore? What you need to do, you just need to refer to the NCERT books. See what are the topics that you have not studied in your A levels, and the topic that you have not studied in A level. If you see these are topics which is there in NCERT, then you need to do it from IIM Bangalore. For IPMAT Indore, our IMS material is more than sufficient. Better, okay. Are trigonometry questions always asked in IPMAT? Yes, absolutely. But you have taken applied maths, but the trigonometry is not there. But we in IMS teach you trigonometry, so you will definitely learn it. Can we attempt maths question if basics are clear? You might take more time. You need to have knowledge about how to apply and how to solve those question types basically. Is the sim test more difficult than the actual Indore paper? No, it at the same line. You can talk to any of your seniors who have been taking. Yes, but some sim tests out of 20, there will be 5, 6 sim tests which will be very difficult because you never know when the paper becomes difficult. Cut off वो 12 चला गया था. You never know that, right? So, but most of the sim tests will be at par. You can talk to your seniors and they will tell you that uh, trust me, only not because I am in IMS, but every year we come across around 12 to 1500 students who join IMS test series. Okay, for IPM, specifically for IPM Indore, because the feedback in the market for IMS test series is amazing. Any other college I am कितनी same question. I mean, शर्म नाम का चीज नहीं है. I'll not answer this question. This is the see the manners. Just repeating the question again and again. Please show grad score slide. Okay, I'll just share the grad school zone the link so that although I had shared that initially when I had started the session, but again for everyone who joined late, I am sharing the grad school zone link with everyone. Okay, I am Bangalore versus I am Indore. It's a very difficult question. Uh, So if you're interested in economics or data science, slightest of interest, I would suggest IIM Bangalore, because studying anything which is niche, and obviously IIM Bangalore is ranked better than IIM Indore. MBA बाद में भी हो सकता है, right? If you get a better college, see, I always in favor of. Last year I had a student who have joined. This year I have a student who have joined SRCC over IIM Indore. So that's fine because he wanted to learn economics. I have two students this year who have joined NMIMS BSc Finance and they have not joined IIM Indore. They converted IIM Indore because their second choice was IIM Indore. No, third choice was IIM Indore. First choice was Sahid Sukhdev FIA. Second was NMIMS BSc Finance. Third was IIM Indore. We got into NMIMS Finance and they were fine कि will prepare for finance CFA in NMIMS and MBA तो बाद में हो जाएगा. As an analyst, what is a good SAT score? Anything is 1400, 1450 plus is considered to be a good score to get a final admit after the interview round. Are there any, is there any second attempt? No second attempt, beta. No questions on NMIMS to be answered here. 6 months really enough to crack IPMAT? Absolutely enough. Yes. Hmm. I have faced this issue before, but it isn't likely related to exam. If there is technical issue, the computer starts working related to exam. What am I supposed to do? Why do you even think on these earth right now, 6 months before the exam, that there is going to be technical issue? I mean, that's not in your hand. See, something which is not there in your hand, you shouldn't be thinking about it. Why to create that negativity around you? Please tell about PWD category students chances to convert in IMNOR. So PWD category, the cutoffs are relatively very less. I'll just share that screen. I think I have answered all the questions which are non-repetitive. So this is a grad school zone screen. If you look at the IPMAT Indore cutoff here, you will see this is EWS General and COBC PWD. If you look at the last year cutoff, 8 marks for short answer, 5 marks for MCQ, and only 47 marks for verbal ability. So it's very much possible, right? I mean, the cutoff, because cutoff goes very less. So it's possible. Okay. Is there any other question? Please. I'm okay. How to strengthen topics like geometry and coordinate geometry? I mean, see, to strengthen any topic, whether it is permutation, probability, reading comprehension, the only way is to, revise the concept, thorough the concept, solve more and more practice exercise questions, solve repetitively, okay, till the time you get thorough and you are sure how to approach it. I think that's the key. How to study since little time is left? Why, Akriti, you have 6 months? Why are you yelling little time? You have 6 months, Akriti. Jolit, if you have scored 144 in IPMET Indore 5, I would say you are an average student right now. If you would have scored 170, 175 plus, I would have thought that you are in a good stage. A good chance to reach from 144 to 170, 175 in the upcoming IPMET Indore. So if you learn from your mistakes, I think should not be a problem. What would you prefer, Rohtak, Ranchi, IIM Bangalore, online BBA? See, I always suggest that IIM Bangalore online EBA should not be do a standalone program. It should always be done parallelly with some other parallel degree that you're doing. It should be a second degree, not the first. You should always join an offline college so that it will, I want every student to have that experience of going to college and enjoying presentation and everything. Online नहीं करना चाहिए. Yes, sectional tests will be made available. Let me just check. How will IMS? I think it should made available. Just let me check on the student portal. Just a minute. Yeah, sectional tests are not available. I'll just make it available in this next 1 week itself. Okay. Where can I find the recording I couldn't join earlier? So the recording will be uploaded in 48 hours on the student portal. Okay, I'll just share the screen. Where can you find all the previous recordings also? Just a minute. Okay, so this is the student portal, right? Now, when you go on a student portal, when you go below, now these are one-to-one mentoring session, right? Uh, a smart attempt strategy for sim IPMAT Indore. We did this last month. Then how to analyze session. We did it last month. So all these sessions we have done it, and this is all the sessions are uploaded here that we keep on doing it for you guys. Okay. What else? 119 and OK score in 1190. If you are a OCI category student 1190, you will not get a call for from IIM Indore. Minimum 1350 is required. Minimum 1350. Yeah. Okay. Strategy sessions for VA. TK will do that. Fine. Just a minute. Okay. Is it easier for NCOPC to clear cutoff? I mean, obviously, if you belong to any category, so the cutoffs are lesser, so it will be made available. Okay, so I have planned for VA strategy sessions. Just a minute, and the sectional cutoff will also be made available. Sectional test will also be made available in next week. Okay. What to do when some concepts are still not clear after doing pre and post class? Uh, it depends upon if there are one or two topics, probably leave that, or maybe sit with your mentor at the center and ensure that sit for maybe 45 minutes to 1 hour to take a basic guidance and see if it is if you're able to do it. If you're not able to do it, then leave it. If there is one or two, if there are many topics, then the problem. Can you give IMB exam if you have taken statistics? No, statistics is not allowed. They have clearly mentioned. So in Gujarat board, the maths option is available, is what IIM Bangalore replied to us. We have mailed and verified with them. They said that maths should be mandatory. Statistics is not allowed. Do we have to give some IPMAT right now, or but more questions of modern maths, and we are not prepared? So Hemang, it depends. See, out of 15 question, 30 question, maximum 12, 15 question will be from modern maths. There are still 15 to 18, 20 questions which are not from modern maths. Why can't you attempt those questions? At least try to attempt that. Okay. I think, yes, if you do call, yeah, it's sufficient, it is sufficient. Yes. ठीक है. Past IPMAT papers are available on the student portal in the test section. If you go to IPMAT, actual IPM test paper, okay, they actual past IPMAT papers are available. I don't see any other questions coming up. Okay. Okay, the last person who asked me a question, I would just reply to me and, probably uh, just message me on this number. Okay, we will connect. Okay, chalo. All the best, everyone. See you. Bye bye. Have a great day. Okay, the actual IPMAT paper, guys, is available. Okay, if it is not available, just raise a ticket. I think there should be issue with your particular pin. Just raise a ticket, and by tomorrow it will be resolved. Okay. Bye bye, everyone. See ya.